Welcome to the newly restored retreat home of Thomas Jefferson at Poplar Forest. If you haven't yet, make sure to watch the virtual house tour on YouTube linked below to learn about Jefferson's ownership of the property and see the house in an unfinished state. What you are seeing now is the fully restored vision Jefferson had for his retreat home. If you had been a visitor to Poplar Forest when Jefferson was staying here, you would have been invited directly into this room, the dining room. Even today, moving from the entry hall into this 20-foot cube room is incredibly impressive. Topping the 20-foot high ceiling is the 16-foot long skylight, the first in a private residence in America. The most striking difference in the room, particularly if you have just watched the virtual house tour, is the color. We worked with Christopher Mills Conservation Services to hand-mix historic paint finishes appropriate to the early 19th century to use in the house. The finish you see in the dining room and will see in the parlor is a distemper finish, which was fairly common in Jefferson's day. The gray color may feel surprising and like a very modern color choice, but this color selection was carefully based on original plaster fragments found during the restoration of the house. The most notable feature of this color choice is that it allows all the beautiful trim work to really stand out. The parlor is painted a very similar color with a distemper finish as well. This room would have been used for any after-dinner entertaining and would be considered the most formal room of the house. Carrara marble surrounds the two fireplaces in this room in contrast to the Virginia marble in the dining room. Tea would be served on those evenings, they would read, and Jefferson might share passages he enjoyed and thought would benefit his grandchildren to hear. Jefferson would typically retire to bed around 10 p.m. His bedchamber at Poplar Forest would most likely have been the most private room in the house, only entered by him and Burl Colbert, his enslaved manservant. Because the room was not intended for public gaze, the trim work and paint are much simpler here. While there was lacking documentary and physical evidence of a paint color in Jefferson's bedchamber, we chose this color based on the color used in his bedchamber at Monticello. This light tan color also provides for more light distribution for reading and writing, two tasks that likely took place here often. We hope you enjoyed this updated view of Jefferson's newly restored retreat home. Poplar Forest is open 7 days a week from March 15th to December 30th every year and remains open on Saturdays and Sundays from mid-January through mid-March. Please follow us on all social media and come visit us so you can see Jefferson's architectural masterpiece for yourself.